Hey y'all, so welcome back to another video, and this video is going to be my September 2025 reads, which I didn't read as much as I wanted to. I was shooting for like 20, but that didn't happen. We got 11, I think, which still isn't bad, but I'm now filming this is October 20th. I definitely won't be reading a lot this week because I get married this weekend. So my brain is kind of focused on that right now. Whenever I do get this video posted, though, I will be married. So that's exciting to think about. But without further ado, we're just going to go through my September reads and then talk a little bit about everything that's going on in the end of this video. So, first of all, I'm going to try and go in the order that I read them to the best of my ability. The Goal by L. Kennedy. I am obsessed with John Tucker, and I'm obsessed with how he made everything work out for the best in their relationship, and chef's kiss, loved it. However, I only gave it like 4 stars. Again, it's been a while since I've read it, so I don't remember exactly why I did 4 stars. Oh, sorry, y'all. It's also my bedtime. Because if you follow me on TikTok and stuff, you know I have changed my work schedule and I now work at 6 a.m., which means I leave my house at like 5:30 in the morning. So my body is still adjusting to that, which I'm normally a morning person anyways, but I'm a morning person in the sense of like, I like to get up and clean my house, not get up and go to work. So, next, The Third Gilmore Girl by Kelly Bishop. I freaking love Gilmore Girls. I love this book. I rated it 4.5 stars, and I know why I did that for this one. So I actually read the book and also listened to the audiobook and like went back and forth basically. And I finished it in like 2 or 3 days. But the beginning was really slow for me. And I understand why it was slow is because she was kind of giving more details into her whole career and not just oh my god oh my gosh and not just Gilmore Girls. So I understand it. I was not fully invested until I guess like halfway through, something like that. The Legacy, also by L. Kennedy. Listen, I love this series. I do. I've always loved it. However, I didn't love this book as much this go around as I did probably the last time I read the series. And I don't know why, but I mean, it was nice to see like how everyone kind of ended up, and like their own experiences with stuff, but it just wasn't. It wasn't up there with the rest of them for me. Next, this is actually out of order according to my little notes. The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. So I loved her other book that I've talked about before. I honestly could not tell you anything about this book, and that's how much I just don't remember it. And I just didn't like it. And I only rated it 3 stars. And I really didn't get the hype, if I'm being honest. But that's just me. Okay, this is also out of order. But next is Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. So there is another booktuber or like book talker. She does a book content, but it's Jolie Reads, and I've talked about her before because I love her content. And she kind of did a like reading vlog of these because she was like me in the fact that I liked the Shadow and Bone series. However, I just didn't really love it. I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't really for me. And so I had kind of like been putting off reading these for a while, and apparently so had she. And one of her friends or someone kept telling her to like give it a shot, try it, something like that. And she did, and she loved it compared to them. I, however, did not. I will say Six of Crows. I think I did it like 3.54 stars because I did enjoy it. But Crooked Kingdom, I could not tell you a thing that happened. I think I rated it 2 stars, which is not very often for me. But I just those two are probably going in my possibly get rid of pile. But we'll see. Um, Next, yes, I have a sticky note in the middle of the book from my bookmark, but I finished it on audiobook. And that is My Life with the Walter Boys. 5 stars as always. I read this book when it was on Wattpad, and I am so happy to see this come to life, especially now into a TV show. I will say though, I loved season 1, and I haven't watched season 2 yet, which leads me into my return to the Walter Boys, which was actually 4 stars for me because it just doesn't live up to the first book as much for me. So that kind of scares me for season 2. I've also heard mixed reviews on season 2, which scares me a little bit. So I just haven't watched it yet. So if anyone recommends it or has anything they want to talk about before I watch it, I'm all ears. Just saying. Oh, I actually skipped 2 books. They were actually books on my Kindles. I'll put like little pictures right here or whatever. But Bleacher Report by Kenna King, 4 stars. However, I don't think I'm going to like this new hockey series that's also connected to the Hawkeye hockey series. I don't know what she's calling it, but I don't think I'm going to enjoy it as much as I did the Hawkeye hockey series. That's just me. I mean, I may end up loving it with other books, but I mean, this I like it. Like this one was 4 stars, but it just, I don't know. It gave me a feeling that I'm just not going to enjoy it as much. I don't know what it is. Like I don't know how to explain that feeling. Also Inferno by Luna Mason. Um, Absolutely insane book is all I can really say. I flew through that sucker. It was so good. Well, I wouldn't say I flew through the whole thing, but like once I got through the first like 40 pages, flew through the rest of it. Okay, last two, Passion Project by London Sperry. This was one of my book of the month books that I wanted to get done, and I'm so glad that I did. 4.5 stars. I actually posted like a reading vlog, I guess you could say, on TikTok about it. I loved it. I really did. I would read again. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. The last book for my September reads is actually an author I've been working with, I guess you could say, and I honestly loved this book, and I love this girl's energy. She's also an indie author, and I love supporting indie authors. I love supporting them. So this made me very happy to get to work with her a little bit and share her. This was the first book that I've read and I've made a little bit of content about, but by the time this video is posted, I've actually ordered the rest of her books. So I will be reading those soon. But They Always Come Back by Bailey Thomas. This is so freaking cute. So basically, these two friends that live in Michigan, they go off to Las Vegas for a little bit to kind of get past some things that have happened. And my favorite thing about this and like what Bailey Thomas has said about her books before is she literally turns her own love life and her own dating stories into her books. Like, how much more real with your audience can you get than literally talking about your own experiences? So, yes, I love it. Highly recommend. Also, if you do want to check out her books, I do have a coupon code you can use, which is KB Reads, and I think you get like 10% off, which, I mean, hello, who doesn't love that? It's like basically girl math. You're basically saving the 10% girl math. I mean, you are saving it, but you know, you're not spending whatever. Um, So yeah, that's pretty much it for my September reads. Um, I don't know if I talked about this at all in my last video, but we have moved, kind of, sort of. I have moved. My fiance has not. Well, soon to be husband, whenever this is posted. So I'll talk about it a little bit in this video because I feel like I've gotten some questions from friends, and I haven't explained this really, and I've gotten some questions from like people who follow, kind of like wanting to know what the heck is going on, because right now I am sitting in my new dining room. I mean, it's not really new because that'll like be explained in just a second, but to me, kind of is new. But last October, so October 2nd, 2024, my grandmother passed away. And she actually lived in the same neighborhood as my parents. And my mom did not, like, I'm sorry, that, like, I also should say, like, this is going to get really deep for a second, I guess you could say. Like, we're going to get real serious here for a minute. But my parents did not want to have to deal with selling the house because it's in the same neighborhood as them. And also, me and Justin were looking for our own future home. However, everything is like way too pricey, quite honestly. And so we are very lucky and thankful that my parents actually asked if we wanted the house. And it's considered a wedding present to us, which is insane to think about. Like, I'm still, like, every single day, I'm like, holy crap, this actually is like what's going on. But with that being said, new scenery. Um, so when I say this is new dining room, it's not really new to me because I basically grew up in this house as much as I did my own. My parents, instead of me being 2.5 hours away from my parents, I am now 0.42 miles, which is crazy. And what's also crazy is like growing up, I would ride my bike up and down the road all the time. And now, like, I'm getting ready to get married and have kids, and my kids are going to get to experience that also. It's also like out in the county, so it's not like we're in the city with like people zooming up and down the road. Also, like like my grandmother and my mom literally would like call each other and be like, "Hey, Kayla's on the way down to your house," and like they would go stand out on the porch and watch me ride my bike up and down the road. And I'm just so excited to now get to like do that myself. But I do get to make some renovations to the house, which has slowly been happening. And something I will be sharing definitely after this video is posted. But my grandmother's office, I am turning into my own little library, which probably the next video that I do will be about that room because I've already gotten some stuff done, but and I've been filming like along the way also. But that'll just be a little, I guess, tour because now I actually have all of my books all in one place also, but they're not in the room yet because I'm also painting. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the little life update. So for now, so I can spread everything out in front of me, we are filming in the dining room. But that's okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the update. I don't know when exactly this will be posted, but probably next week, like next Friday, probably something like that. So yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day. And if this posts on Friday, like I would like to, I hope you all have a great weekend. And yeah, bye.